Well, guys, welcome to IntelliShares, which most of you already know. Most of you have been repurchasing, you've been in the back end. I thought it was important for us to get together, regroup, because we're trying to hit a moving target with IntelliShares. And so I'll start part of it from the beginning that I'll get a little deeper into the account management and our strategy towards the end. Okay. All right. One of the biggest things that I've got a feeling people are having a problem understanding is we are not an investment company. What we are is called a rev share, which is revenue sharing. Okay. What this program does is we are purchasing shares, which gives us credits, which allows us to advertise. But being a rev share, all the income that is gathered from this, it goes into one big pot, and that'll say this little small 0.001% or whatever the number is divided into shares. So it's very important. The more shares you have, the more you earn. Okay, legal stuff. They are not saying that you're going to make a dime. They're not guaranteeing anything, even though you are. But just for legal purposes, they're putting that out there. Okay, let's talk one more time about the revenue sharing program. Okay, every time somebody purchases a share, there is a large percentage that goes into the rev share pot, if you will. Okay, every time, most of you know, you had to upgrade $10, which is $10 a month. That money is divided and goes into the rev share pot. Okay, premium ads. Okay, everybody knows these right here are premium ads. Right up here, all these. See this KSD? Okay, that is one of our group's ads right there. And that's called a static ad. As you can see, I can roll it and it's going to stay there. That's a static ad. But all these are premium ads that you have to pay for. Okay, so every time the process, when you get to the point you're ready to withdraw, we're trying to get you to that 250 mark. There is a 5% processing fee. That's normal, going from IntelliShares to PayPal. There's a small percentage. I don't know how they do it. Doesn't matter. It works out to be $237.50 at the end of the day there. Oh, well. A huge portion of that 5% also goes into the revenue share program. Okay? And of course, every time, the more shares that you own, it doesn't matter if it's a penny every 30 minutes. If you have shares, that means you have 1,400 pennies. So it's pretty logical, but you understand what I mean. Okay, so you've probably noticed a couple of us complaining about, sometimes it's 60-40, sometimes it's 25-75, which has been most of the day. And the worst case scenario that we've seen is 20-80. And what that means is if they're going to pay you $1, 20% of that, or 20 cents of that is going to go to your cash line, and 80 cents is going to go to your repurchase. All right. Why do they do that? Well, cash, of course, is live cash. Repurchase is one of the reasons I like this revenue share program, is they're forcing its members to repurchase, to get more shares, to drive more revenue going into the system, and that's what keeps the engine greased. That's how we all get paid every 30 minutes. Okay, so if you ever notice like, oh, it's at 25.75, that's what we mean right there. Okay, account management. I'll get into that a little later because I'm going to break it down what all that we are doing for you. I know a lot of you are on here and you wanted to know that, so I'll come back to that. So let's get into some of the back end. Okay, as you know, again, everybody's been here. As you know, you paid $2.50 per share. Okay, what they're telling you is we're going to pay you $3.25 for that $2.50 share if you watch your 10 ads per day. Okay, that's the agreement you two are placing. Okay, everybody knows that. So let's go to shares history. Okay. Okay, I'm at the bottom here, and I don't know if I went over 500 of them or not. But this is close enough to understand. Okay, if you notice, here's the date. Yep, that was the first day. I threw 100 in at first, and then right behind it, I threw another 36, and then I've got a couple more hundreds in there. But what they're saying right here is to have 100 shares, it cost me $250. Okay, they're going to pay me $326 for that $250 deposit that I put in. Okay, they break it down right here. This is what they pay in the cash line. This is what they paid in the repurchase line. Okay, so you can hit that and you can see. But if you notice where it says completed, they have paid me $3.25. That's why it says completed. So a lot of you that got in last Monday, you went to bed last night feeling chippy, you woke up this morning and you go, where did my $200 go? Well, that's where it went. Okay, that means they paid you on those shares. But meanwhile, we've been like a duck, just paddling away underwater, buying shares. That's what we buy every half an hour. You can see my account's probably not a good example, but if it says active, that means they still have not paid you in full. So if you buy 3 shares at $7.50, what they're saying here is they've only paid me $7 in of the $9.75 that they're going to owe me. Okay? They paid $1.96 in cash, $5.04 in repurchase. That is what happened, and that's where you can track it. Okay? And again, it's in history and shares history. That's where you can see, and you'll go down there where it says completed on your original one. Okay, I want to get into the overview tab. If you ever get lost or you're not sure, like you watch your videos, I want you to get in the habit. See this little tick down clock right here? This is what you're looking for to go to 0.00 all the way through. Just because it says you can surf ads now doesn't mean you can surf ads. You're watching this. So I'm not sure if I can watch ads. What I'm going to do, come up, refresh the page in overview, and I'm going to make sure that the clock is gone and this says I can surf ads. So after I watch my 10 ads, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to hit overview, and I'm going to make sure that clock is ready to start fresh, 23 hours, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so always double check. That's what I'm saying. That was the biggest problem I had at the beginning, is people trying to figure out the stupid clock that I absolutely hate. Okay. Again, I'm in my back end. I'm at 1,277 shares. I took last weekend and just piffed away. Recovered them now. The target that we're shooting for now is about 1,400. And the reason I say that we're shooting at that, because what I try to explain to everybody, if you take $50 out here, $10 out here, it's just going to be a long, long haul for you. The object of the game is to get as many shares as possible, you 1,500, and just don't worry about it. Just keep repurchasing. And that's what you guys have hired us to do. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to hit this number. So, and I'll come back. It'll make a little more sense of that later. Okay, some of you probably have noticed the Surf Free plans. All they're saying is if you don't want to watch your 10 ads, you can pay $2.50 and they tack on 24 hours to your clock and you don't have to spend 2 minutes to watch the video. Everybody here has probably already watched them. You can make 2 minutes and not pay $2.50, but just in case, you can do it where you can buy a week. You can buy, like Europeans, you can buy a whole month to where you don't have to watch it. It's in Surf Free. So be careful of that word free. Okay. All right. I think everybody understands now because you've already been in there. Premium ads, and when you go view, surf, okay, these 10 ads that come up, these are the ads that we have placed for every one of you. Okay, every one of you, the banner, it's got a link, it could be an Amazon, what have you. These are the ads that you earn shares for, or credits, I should say. You earn credits for, and they go into here. That's what you're paying for, not the premium ads. It's these right here. They don't even have that over. Good. Okay. Now, the account management, what we're trying to do, I'm just going to go ahead and cheat, and I'm going to go all the way down, and I want you to look at this right here, okay? You are paying us, which you're not paying us a dime, because our agreement is that we will have you in the money. So let's just say if you put in 500, that you have to profit 500, that's $1,000 before we make one dime. Okay, when I say we, I'm talking about Jeannie and I as account management. So it is nothing but in our best interest to make sure you guys get to that point. Okay, one of the problems that we're having right now, and I know it's a nice, shiny little object that you guys want to play, and it's nice that you come in, but when we're sitting there coming in all day, and we see to where repurchase is at 0 and there's $1 in cash or whatever, that means you've been in there repurchased. That's fine. What we'd like to do is come up with a new rule, if you will, a new system to where if you know you're going to be on it for a couple hours or more and you're going to hit it every half an hour to an hour, email us. That way we're not going into your account at the same time. Okay, we want you to just email us that, hey, I'd like to take the account for a while. We get it, that's fine. It takes a little off of us, lets you play, and then just email us back like, okay, it's all yours. It's very addictive, which most of you have probably found out. You're under the stress of making sure you get your initial deposit back. But what we want to do, and the whole reason I came up with the account management, is for you guys to go about your life. Don't worry about repurchasing. That is what we're doing for you. Right now, it's a manual process. And what I mean by that is I don't have a little piece of software that's sitting there and repurchasing every 30 minutes and every hour. That's Jeannie and I up at 6, 5. I was up at 1:30 this morning actually repurchasing because I'm not a night owl. I'm a morning kind of guy. Oh, well, but that's what we do. We want you to go about your daily life and enjoy it. And then hopefully in, 10, 14 days or whatever, they keep moving the target on us. That's why we got to keep adjusting it. But instead of driving yourself crazy, walk away. Watch your 10 ads. Let us have the stress to get you to where you need to be. Okay? Okay, this is what we're doing for you, all right? As I said, every 30 to 60 minutes, 7 days a week, I'm going to go ahead and call it 6 o'clock in the morning, and we hit the last one at 9 o'clock at night, 15-hour day. But that's okay. We love doing it. We're having a blast. We make sure your profile is complete to IntelliShare standards. What that means is on the Facebook page, they came out and posted, if you do not have your profile set up properly, this and that, they will deny making a payment. So we know up front, we want to make sure you have a image in there, you've got your address, make sure you've got your PayPal set up, so on. Okay, all right, we'll build the banners for you, as you can see, and if you don't have a product or a service, we'll find an affiliate product for you. And then what we do is we take that affiliate product and we use JVZoo. So you don't need to do that because we take that product that you have. Where's a good example? She didn't use one of those. But if it's a $100 widget that you're selling, and the agreement between JVZoo and me, for that matter, to keep it simple, is they pay 50% just for promoting their product. Okay, well, that's $50. That $50 is yours. We don't take 10% or we don't take half of it or whatever. And we monitor that for you. So if you ever sell a widget out of there, that is pure 100% profit for you. Okay, I hope people understand that. Okay, we try to keep the email updates and the important information to you. We highly recommend that you've joined the Facebook group. Here's where we get a lot of information, what the owners are saying and doing. I left this up right here because this just cracks me up. And Jeannie told me I have to be nice, so I'll have to be nice. Okay, see this guy, he started off with 10 shares. That's all he put into the program. And now he has 11. Okay, very good. I'm proud of him there. But his first goal is 100. Do you know how long it's going to take him to get to 100 by only putting this in? Forever. Okay, this will never happen. You'll never see it at this kind of rate putting that in. Okay. I thought that was nice. I wasn't mean. Okay, so we allocate banner credit. So in other words, every time we purchase a share for you, you earn, I think it's like 55 credits per share. We make sure that your banner has, 50,000, 100,000 credits, whatever. So it's there forever. It'll keep rotating in the banners for people to see. Okay. And the last and the most important is the pay it forward, PIF. Our strategy is what we want to do is we want to get one person and we want to make sure they're at that sweet spot. They're at that place to where no matter what, they're getting $237.50 every day. Okay? And then we're going to have that person to where the spillover, in which I've got an example right here, to where the spillover will go to the next two people. And then the spillover from these two will go to these 3 to 4. That is what we're trying to do. Is that going to happen to everybody overnight? No. It's not going to happen because, you guys came at like 15 to 20 at one spot, one shot. But this is what we're trying to do strategy-wise. And we can get there if they quit moving the target. And what I mean by the target is we started off at 60-40. And if you remember that, that means 40% went to cash, 60 went to repurchase. Now they're at what, 75, 25, only 25%. So what does that mean to you and I? That means we have to have more shares to hit that sweet spot. Okay, this is what Jeannie and I do. We're sitting here constantly calculating what we need to do and how to get it to this point. So relax, go back to this, enjoy it, let us do this, and we will get you there. It's going to happen, but it's just not going to happen overnight. Okay? Okay. All you've got to do, again, is what I said, is you watch your 10 ads. Go in. You guys go in twice an hour when I'm just saying go in twice a day. $10 of premium ads, but that's once you have you have got your deposit back, and you're already profiting money, then the agreement that you have with me, or I don't have it with the company IntelliShares, but I know how the company works and how a rev share works, that we're going to do our part. And we're going to take $10 and we're going to buy a premium ad, or you're going to buy a premium ad. Okay? You're going like, oh man, I don't want to give up $10. When you're at that spot, you'll make over $10 in 1 hour. And that, what, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 days. It all depends on what package that you get. So you'll never feel paying for a premium ad. Okay, here's a big one right here. Okay, see this one down on the bottom of the page right here, the static ad. We like these. These are our favorite down here. We have them popping up. But right now, that's not coming out of you guys till you get to that sweet spot. Okay, again, what we're trying to do is compound shares. So you just kind of got to roll with it. Then all of a sudden, once you're in the green, it just grows and grows and grows and grows. Okay, we've got our strategy right now is we think we know it can't get any worse. And I tell you what, okay. All right, it's yelling at me right here. I don't know if you can see this one. Okay, I actually had a talk with one of the horsemen today, and we were kind of chatting back and forth of, what's going on out there. And you got to remember, I think now, or what are we at, 72, 7,300 members? They're just growing like fire. But their problem is not necessarily the growth now, it's the hoarders. And they say the greed of these hoarders. Well, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm talking to the owners going like, well, I just don't think I'm hoarding. I think I'm doing what you told me I could do. And if I get the cash up to $250, I should be able to withdraw it. So that's when he finally, this is in a chat, I'm just copying chat here. He's saying there are people have stacked their cash from their referrals. Whenever they get paid on a referral share, you make 25 cents a share, that goes straight to the cash line. It doesn't go to the repurchase. So what these idiots are doing is they're stacking thousands of dollars in their cash line, and they're not repurchasing in the repurchase line, and the owners are livid, because that hurts you and that hurts me if they're not taking that and repurchase, because you can only take out $250 a day on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this right down here, we're going to have some big change coming soon. Just stay in touch and they'll keep me informed. What they're saying is right here is they think they found a way to get these big greedy hoarder people and knock them down. It doesn't affect your life right now. It will, but it doesn't right now. So as long as they take care of this problem now, you're just kind of feeling the pain to where the shares seem to be paying a little slower than any of us like. But that's the main reason why. So hopefully we'll wake up. I mean, this weekend's PIF weekend. We'll be piffing all over the place. Wake up on Monday and they found a way to kind of slap these guys to take all that excess cash and throw it back into the revenue pool. So I hope that wasn't too much information, but okay. So just one more time. The object of the game is A, to get B filled up. Then A and B get C filled up. Then A, B, and C to get D, because it starts flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. Because, again, you're only allowed to withdraw $250 a day. It does me no good to keep $400 in my account when I can only take out $250. So that's what is really good about this program. It doesn't let the hogs get fatter. Okay? One of the things I wanted to bring up here is our original agreement. Once we had you profiting, that we were going to charge $250 every other week. And we have revisited that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to charge $100 a week. And this is after you've already profited. So you're saving $100, and instead of a $250 chunk coming out, it's only $100. So you made $237.50, and it only cost you $100 for us to work your account all week. So that's good news. Okay. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up for some questions. Okay, let me see. Who's this? Can you go over how the math of how you determined it will take around 14 days to get to the magic number of 14 shares? According to my math, I am a week and a half in shares, and I still have 44 days before I get to 1,400 shares, currently at 770. Okay, you put your name as JLS on here. I don't know who this is. Who am I talking to so I can look at your account? So I need to change it off the speaker. There we go. Okay, I'm back on to where I can hear everybody. Does anybody have any questions? I'll try to get it through this time. Does anybody have any questions? Did that make sense to you? Does it kind of tie it together?
I have a question.
Okay.
This is Danielle.
Okay, Danielle.
Somebody has a train.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, where I'm at right now, it seems like I'm almost, wow, that's really loud. I'm almost losing, my shares are almost maturing as quickly as they're being repurchased.
Okay, this is after the 200?
Yeah, my initial 196 shares matured, yes, like overnight today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, almost everybody at the same time, right.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, how do you get ahead if you're expiring almost as quickly as you're repurchasing?
Well, you shouldn't be. We should be repurchasing more than you are losing. You're going to, because at the beginning, let's say you started off with 200 shares, that's the number we were working with. Okay?
Right.
So it might take one share every half an hour to every hour. Here, I'm going to mute this so I can think. It's kind of background noise there. But at that time, at the beginning, they were probably set their numbers for 60-40 or, maybe even the 7-30. Well, with them moving it to 80-20, that hurt. In other words, that's less money, but even though it's still 100%, because we're buying with repurchase and we're buying with cash, you really should not, there's no way you could be losing more than you're gaining. That's something I got a note right here that I'll take a look at, and then what I'll do is I'll kind of build it as a chart, and then we'll take a look at it to see the actual, how many you're gaining and how many you're losing. Okay, I'm back on where I can hear you.
Okay, can I ask one more question? Absolutely. Okay, would it benefit me to buy enough shares to get to 1,400?
No. We've already had people say, okay, well, I'll just put another 500 in so I could. No. What you have to do is you've taken that initial hit of those shares that you put in, those 200, we'll just call it that, and we have gained all the way up to 700 to 800. Okay, So that means you went from 2 to 8 by those initial 2 you put in. Now you've lost those 2. So we just have to keep doing what we were doing and just keep repurchasing. You're not quite at to where, like this weekend, I mean, I probably should have had this webinar on Monday, because this weekend you should see a little more action of shares flowing, whether it be Mike, Lisa. I mean, I'm not sure, how we're going to do it, but you'll it's called PIFing, or paying it forward. You should start to see little, $10, $15, $20 little chunks of money in your repurchase balance that we're sending. Because here's a great example. If I have $250 Saturday morning, what good is that $250 going to do? It'll do me absolutely no good at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that $250 and I'm going to share the love. Now, if I took that $250, let's call it 100 shares, and I have 100 people here and I gave everybody 1 share, is that going to benefit anybody?
No.
Correct. What I want to do is I want to take those 100 shares and maybe pick 2. I'm going to pick 2 that their shares are getting closer to that sweet spot, because I need their cup to overflow. So what we're going to do, there's probably 4 of us, 5 of us that we're at that sweet spot already, to where our cups are going to overflow, and we're going to start targeting those that are already there. Now, I've had, I think, 2 people that are just off the top of my head, they go, okay, well, this is what I want to do. I want you to leave my cash alone and just repurchase my repurchasing balance. It's going to take them forever to get to where they really want to be. Now, sure, they're going to be getting their cash out from it, but the people that leave it alone, you're going to be there so much faster, and you will reap the reward so much faster by repurchasing your cash in there. And let's get through this tough little period of the company, and let them get rid of those cash hoarders that they say that they're going to do. And hopefully that'll be the big announcement.
Okay.
Did I answer the question, or did I
Yes,
just get
no, absolutely. No. You answered my question. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody got a question? Okay. All right. It sounds pretty quiet except for the background noise. All right. You guys have my phone number. You have my email address. Okay? Email me if you have any questions, you have any concerns, something that you want to go over. Just email me and let's set up some kind of a time. If it's, if you want to pick up the phone and call me, you can call me. But the problem with calling me is I like to use that, we're like a duck on the water. It looks like we're just cruising along, but our feet are paddling so fast you wouldn't imagine, because we're trying to get everybody there. We definitely hit every hour. We try to hit some half hours in there. We have strategy of some time to where, that's a good point. I'm going to bring that up. Where we try to hit maybe 15 minutes, get everybody 15 minutes before, let's just say, the hour, and then we just turn around and do you again 15 minutes after the hour. That way you're taken care of on the half an hour there. Now, the point that I want to bring up that a lot of people, I don't know if you know or not, but I'm going to use the example of 12 o'clock. There is absolutely no difference of me purchasing shares at 12:01 than 12:29. It doesn't matter. As long as I purchase those shares anytime in that 28-minute span, what we'll call it, it counts as it's the same as I bought the first. So that's why sometimes you'll go in there and you'll go like, it's 10 after, they haven't purchased or anything like that. Well, that's why we got time. We've got time to sit there, to run up our list and to purchase it. With that said, I want to go back to, don't forget, if you know that you're going to be purchasing for let's say a couple hours or an hour or something like that, just fire me an email. I live on my email. Okay, just fire me an email. Say, hey, this is Danielle. I'm going to play with this shiny new toy for about an hour. And I'm going to say, okay, the ship is yours. That way both of us aren't in there. We actually had one situation to where we saw it, and when there was a total of 22 shares that could be bought at that time, and I'm going to leave him nameless, was also in there and wanted to buy those 22 shares. So we both purchased in his account 22 shares at the same time. Next thing you know, my phone rings like somehow my cash balance, everything is wrong here, because really what we did is we bought 44 shares. So we just want to make sure that doesn't happen again to where both of us are in at the same time. Okay, I'm going to leave everybody now. Again, email me. It's steve@jlsmarketing.com. If you have any questions, any concerns, you want me to go over your numbers.
Hey,
one of the things that, yes.
Hey, you got somebody that keeps asking you questions, but they have no mic. Do you see that?
No. Where? Okay. In the chat?
Yeah. Someone keeps trying to talk to you, but they can't talk back to you.
Somebody has a radio or TV playing in the background. Feedback is ridiculous. Can't hear what is discussed. Okay.
Oh,
you said everyone.
It said it's Big Mike.
I have no mic. Everyone needs to mute their lines. No, that's probably true.
It's Mike.
Okay, Mike. No.
Yes.
Do not invest any more money. Everybody has put in what they should put in. Okay. I will not take anybody that says, okay, I want to put $100 in. It'll take you forever to put $100 in there and to get anywhere. Okay, $500, you just don't need to put any more. You just have to wait it out. Okay, so that goes back to this again. Let us do our job. We are working our best for you. You just go back to your normal life. When you get close and you want to go in your account, go straight to shares. That's how you can see where we're at and what we're doing. Okay, just run down to your shares. You're gonna gain some, lose some, but this number will keep rising and rising and rising. And this is your scorecard right here. Once we get to probably the 1,200, once we get near that 1,200, that's when I'll either call you, email you, whatever, and say, hey, we need to talk. All right. And what that means is, okay, you are close. So what we need to do is just turn it up a notch. That's probably when your account's going to get piffed a lot, because we need to get you to that 1,400. That way, hopefully your glass is full and it starts spilling over. I want to have the agreement with you guys that I reserve all right to piff who I want, because I'm taking from other people's account to put it in your account, but also I'm very logical. Husband and wife teams, I'm going to pick one. I don't care who it is. Whoever's closest to that 1,400 mark is probably the one. And we're going to load one. I'm not going to split it between the two of you, because if I get one of them there, then your glass is going to spill over to the other's glass, and then we're going to hit that one. Now you'll have 2 or 3 that are hitting that to that glass to fill that glass. I'm pretty sure that makes sense to everybody. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read some more of. Okay, nope, I answered that. Okay, good. Okay, Danielle, you're a better moderator than I am. Are there anybody else out there? You got another question?
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to let everybody enjoy their night. I hope, remember to email us if you're going to be on there and repurchase every half an hour. Just email us back when you're done, and we'll jump back on it. So everybody have a great night. Thanks for being here. If you have any more questions, email me, and I'll take care of it. Danielle, I've made a note for you down here. We're going to take a look at that back end. Okay, everybody, take care.